Well, Iran is vowing to strike back if Israel does go ahead and retaliate for last week's bombardment. The Iranian official in charge of nuclear security warns, quote, if any threat or action against its nuclear facilities is made by the Zionist regime, as they put it, referring to Israel, then Iran will review its nuclear doctrine and deviate from it. Joining us now is the retired Army General Wesley Clark, former NATO Allied Supreme Commander as well. General, nice to see you as always. Great to have you back here on the Hill. Let's start with where we started this segment. The Biden administration today unveiling all of those sanctions against Iran, and there was one word missing in that press release, and it was oil. Why?
They really can't stop the oil market from working. If they tried, what you're going to have is a really rampant, sudden spike in inflation, and especially in gasoline prices in the United States. They know it. It's been the dilemma facing the Biden administration really the whole time. If you believe in renewable energy, you want to depress the oil market and oil exploration and all that sort of thing. You can't. It's fundamental to the economy. Electric vehicles, sure, they're great, but in Arkansas, we don't have any because we don't have any charging stations. People don't want them.
All right.
So, it's just a fundamental issue, and it's not just oil. If you're going to really impose sanctions, you got to go after friendly countries, neutral countries.
Yeah. So that was my next question. What about China? Because they're the ones buying and consuming a lot of this Iranian oil.
Right. And not only that, they're selling chips and other things right into the Russian war machine. So the United States still has economic relations with China. We've got to figure out how to live with China. If China suddenly disappeared, you'd have a massive adverse impact in the U.S. economy. So somehow we got to live together. That's the real limitation of sanctions. And I hate to say it. I know I'm just an old general and going to say, military force.
No, you're not just that, sir. Let me ask you this and leave you with this. Israel, its next move, what should it be as you see it?
Well, I think Israel's got to respond. If they don't, they endorse Iranian ability to cap the escalation. And Israel's security has always depended on their ability to dominate any regional power. Suddenly they can't. They're not going to. They've got to. Now, Bibi's a very cautious man. The generals are saying, go after him. The generals are saying, go after him right away. Don't even wait. Okay, Bibi's going to harvest whatever diplomacy he can get, whatever condemnation of Iran.
You think he's being cautious right now?
Oh, yeah. Very cautious. But Israel has to strike back. And I think they have to strike back with kinetic power into Iran to demonstrate the fact that they've got still escalation dominance. Now, I'm very concerned about these statements coming from the Iranians. They sound a lot like what Putin said to the United States and NATO when he went into Ukraine. And we know that Iran either has nuclear weapons or moving toward nuclear weapons. And we know we got to find a way either live with that or get rid of them. And, Israel's talked for 15 years about striking those nuclear weapons. The United States has already said no. Here we are right now at this point where they're right on the brink of having nuclear capability. They probably can't deliver it yet, but they've probably got some nuclear devices. Okay. And it's a problem, and it's a real dilemma for Israel.
Mick Mulvaney wants to jump in here. I'll let Mick
General, Mick Mulvaney, and you just said something that caught both my attention and Max, the former member of Congress here. Did you just say that either Iran is getting ready to have a nuclear weapon or already has one? Do we really think that's a possibility?
I do think that's a possibility. I'm not relaying any classified intelligence. I'm just saying what is common sense and also what people inside Iran tell me. So this program's moved forward. The U.S. intelligence system has to have definite proof before they could say this. But when people say they've got, evidence, it may not reach the standard of an intelligence estimate. You may not be able to say definitively with U.S. government authority, but just think about it. You look at those statements, look at the reference to nuclear facilities.
Very briefly, General, does that include the ability to deliver that weapon or not, in your mind?
That's a question, but think of it from the Israeli perspective. Iran comes back again with a barrage of missiles. There's 150 missiles again. Now, do you know for sure that not one of them has a nuclear warhead? What if one of them does? What if two of them do? How can you deal with that then? And this is why, we're really at a tough point in the region.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.